So did Pokemon Unite actually become pay to win? Let's go and talk about it. So a new patch came out, full focus on Espeon, the brand new Pokemon, and there's a couple of things that bothers me. First one, it's not available yet using the coins. You have to buy gems in order to get Espeon. You can get it through the event I'm going to talk about in a bit, but even that is going to take about, my god, I would say like a week or two to get it. And after that, on June 13th, it's available using coins. That is the first thing that bothers me. Second one, why do we get another evolution? And why Espeon? I get it, Espeon is cool, it's psychic, everyone loves it. But we already have a bunch of psychic Pokemon out there, and I don't know. I guess it's just because I'm a huge fan of Flareon and Jolteon and some of the OGs that I wanted to see in the game. But they could have done something else, or just, for the love of God, give us Blaziken. A lot of people are waiting for Blaziken, just give it to the fans. Anyway, let's talk about the event. The event is actually quite simple. Every day, you have a few little quests to do. Really nothing too complicated. You play the game. And after that, you get a weekly quest. Pretty much what you need to do is just do the quest, play the game as you will. And when you get 2,000 points, you'll be able to get your Espeon license for free. Now that this is out of the way, let's go and talk about Espeon and the moveset available for us. So Espeon is a special attacker, quite useful, but Espeon is actually a real glass cannon. Every move you get are super aggressive, a lot of slows, lots of AoE and spread, but has little to no mobility. And that's where the passive comes in. So Magic Bounce is actually a crystal-shaped shield around you that will block the first hindrance. So any CC, slow, stun, you know, the hindrances that we get all the time. Important that it only stops the first one. So if there's a multi-layer hindrance coming in, like a, I don't know, Pikachu's Volt Tackle, or anything that has Mamoswine Ice Shard, so you block the first slow, but you won't be able to block the stun at the end, well, the freeze. They made it a little bit different with Espeon for the boosted attack. This time, instead of simply having a bar under your health that shows you when you're going to have an attack, it's a charging bar. You do get the regular stacking bars as Eevee, but once you evolve, it's a bar that will go, and once it's fully charged, you simply choose a beam in front of you. It's going to decrease the movements of everyone you hit with it, because I'm pretty sure it hits multiple targets. Anyways, it's only a boosted attack. After that, first skill you want to pick is Swift. Now Swift starts outward and come inward, and once you hit an enemy with it, it's going to spread again. So the one that scatters afterward will deal less damage. I think it's like 70% less. That's the numbers I have. It's quite a big difference, but still, he's able to, I don't know, stagger or control the mass, deal some damage left and right during big fights. You can easily do big fights early on with Espeon, but the move will actually change. Yep, Psyshock, this is the exact same move, but more powerful. It's in boosted. To me, that's the move I like. That's the one I will go with once I get my end Espeon. So it slows enemies. The only difference is that if all your... There's a mosquito in my room. If all your projectiles hit the same target, I think there's 5 in total, you will actually stun the target instead of just slowing it down, so that's great. And 70% less damage from the additional projectiles. The other option is Stored Power. Now Stored Power will also slow the enemies, but this one is different. So, similar to Mystical Fire from Sylveon, this one you shoot 5 orbs in the air, and they attack anything in sight. No target, no nothing. And that's when another move will come later on and going to be useful. We'll talk about it in a bit, keep that in mind. This one goes really well with another move. When you hit targets, it's going to increase your movement speed, and like the other ones, you get a 70% drop on the damage. Now Growl. Growl is the second ability you can get when you start off, and well, in the games, I always get rid of Growl as soon as possible, so I was actually curious when I saw that they picked that one for an attack, but you know, it's actually great. It's just a projectile that you shoot. Does damage, slows people. Actually quite useful if you start with that one. I have to attack with Psybeam, which is my favorite, so I go with Psyshock and Psybeam together, and this one will split on hit. So you shoot it, you hit one target, but afterward it's going to split to other targets. Once again, really cool way to just deal a bunch of damage with AoE. So far, liking the kit. The damage is based on the max HP of the first target you hit. Well, let's say you have a team fight with a Trevenant and a couple other dudes. You're going to aim the skill at Trevenant to deal as much damage as possible to the other ones in the area. The other cool thing about it is that the split ray will actually spread the hindrance. So you don't only slow the first one or what. So what I mean by that is, let's say you use Psybeam on a target that is either stunned or slowed, you will actually spread that effect to everyone you hit with the other projectiles. That's really nice. Speaking about nice, remember not long ago I talked to you about a combo that's really useful? We're talking about Future Sight. Future Sight will actually lock on a target, and that will give you, to me, the opportunity to do a lot of burst damage. Future Sight will lock on the target, put a little circle around it. First of all, this circle will eventually explode and deal damage to everyone standing in it. That on itself is pretty cool. Just a little time bomb you can put on people. But what would also do is every attack you use will go directly to that target. So remember when I talked about stored power with the 5 projectiles just going anywhere? This time they'll go directly to the target you want. So, I don't know, let's say you run into a Greninja. Greninja moves a lot, kinda hard to target, but once you're locked on it, you can just spam your stored power, because stored power will stack on up to 5. So you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks, but you can use it if you only have 1. So just, you know, it gives you an opportunity to spam, and if you hit the target with your lock-on on it, you will actually reduce the cooldown of Future Sight, which will just let you keep on spamming the same target. So this build is more for a assassin type of gameplay, while to me I just prefer to burst and shoot and just like stay in the back and shoot people up, so that's why I prefer the other kit. And yeah, if you defeat an enemy that has a stack on it before it explodes, before the circle explodes, if you defeat the enemy, you will actually get a boosted attack for the other skill you have. Pretty much it's just a powered up version, so more damage on projectiles and everything else. Now let's talk about Psychic Solaire. It's actually really easy. Circle, throws everyone up. Once you drop them back, you push them up. That's pretty much it. A lot of burst damage, a lot of hindrance, really cool for big fights. I could easily see that on a Zapdos fight, or just when you walk around and gank everyone. Yeah, that's pretty much it. For those of you who uses the gems, well, enjoy your Espeon. For those of you who are meeting them in the game, remember, they have no escape route. Just jump on them. Easy to get off, but they also deal a crap ton of damage, so be careful on that. I hope you enjoyed this little rundown of the new character in Pokemon Unite. As always, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will provide you with more videos like this. I'll catch you guys later. Take care, squad.